Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. We're still under the dark cloud of restriction as far as being able to post. This is of course being pre-recorded, but still thank you all. I mean, really all very much for the support. You can't see me looking at your support right now, but it's really a lot. Thank you all for everyone as this is going on. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. The Bank of Russia, the country's central bank, has reportedly started testing stablecoins pegged to real assets in a regulatory sandbox. Elvira Nabulina, Russia's central bank head, said the bank doesn't assume that those stablecoins will function as a means of payment or become a substitute for money. Russian news service Interfax reported on the 25th of December. Once again, for those of you who really didn't understand what she was talking about as far as a means of payment or a substitute for money, a lot of the stuff that's been happening within the cryptocurrency space has been the idea of a digitalization of everything. So I assume a lot of these stable coins that they may potentially be testing that are tagged or tied to real world assets probably have to do with things that are securities. This is at least what it sounds like, especially with it being inside of a regulatory sandbox, which many other countries have announced that they're going to have before, which is pretty much a way for the government to say, you can do what you want to do, but we have to see everything that you do. And I think a couple of countries have had like regulatory sandboxes on like 3 streets of their nation's capital, where pretty much everything that happens on those 3 streets can be crypto related. But everything that happens also has to be reported to the government. Nabulina noted that the Bank of Russia is exploring the potential use of stablecoins, cryptocurrencies that are pegged to another asset to prevent the volatility associated with crypto markets. She said, and I quote, "We are testing stablecoins in our regulatory sandbox. We see companies willing to issue tokens pegged to certain real assets. In our regulatory sandbox, we are learning the potential uses of stablecoins, but we do not assume that they will function as a means of payment and become a surrogate for money," end quote. I'm assuming that the news that we're probably going to get, unless it says it somewhere a little bit below, the news that what they're probably doing with these stablecoins is probably tying it to real estate or stocks and bonds. This seems the most logical, I kind of want to say, because we've seen other companies doing this before as well. According to the report, the Russian central bank is also continuing to explore the possibility of issuing its own central bank digital currencies. The digital ruble, Nabulina said. The official emphasized that the bank first wants to understand the potential benefits of central bank digital currencies based on the experience of other jurisdictions around the world. However, she warned that the issuance of the digital ruble could lead to some serious consequences, including changes in the financial market structure, such as deposit outflows. The point to be made is, and this is once again my assumption, or rather for the first time in this video, it is painstakingly clear that governments are testing central bank digital currencies. When they will announce that they are launching theirs is going to be anybody's guess. There are a couple of countries, I believe around 2 right now, who have announced that they are actively working on it, and they should be launched sometime within the year 2020. Every other country is probably anxiously waiting to see if they work out, if people take hold of them, if they work out very well, if transactions can be tracked. What it does for tax reporting purposes as well. This is going to be a very big thing. I still assume that by the end of next year, if the other countries who have already stated that they are going to release their own central bank digital currencies, if these things do well, the avalanche is going to happen very, very fast. The entire idea behind central bank digital currencies is that they will be able to track, view, see everything that you buy, everything that is bought. There are a couple of places, a lot of places around the world where things still happen in cash. And when things happen in cash, sometimes, usually, you can't really see if this is a taxable event. And that will be long gone when everything is digital. So the fact that we even get news, and it's really weird as well, because we keep getting really interesting news, I'll say it that way, specifically from Russia. Them testing stable coins, the other economic ministers who were like, yeah, we're buying Bitcoin. And then someone else in the government was like, what's a Bitcoin? And then someone else is like, no, we're definitely buying it. So I still believe in my heart that many governmental places are probably buying up tons of crypto. Who's to say? It's all an assumption, but I mean, come on. It's a little bit too obvious right now. Here's the actual article. All right, here. It's in Russian, and I don't read that, but for those of you who do, here you go. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, Binance is in the news today. Leading cryptocurrency exchange Binance is allowing European clients to purchase crypto directly by binding Visa cards to their accounts. They said, hashtag Binance now accepts purchasing crypto by binding Visa cards to your account. Instant buy with Visa card, and they have a little pretty photo right there. According to the official announcement published on the 26th of December, Binance now supports users purchasing crypto directly via binding Visa cards to an account. The feature currently allows, of course, 4 coins. Can you guess what the 4 coins are? Bitcoin, Ether, Binance Coin, and XRP. Users can access the feature by visiting the new Buy Crypto page, where they will be asked to add their Visa card. Once the card is bound, that's a weird word, clients will be able to purchase crypto directly through the exchange. The new service is only available for Visa, credit, and debit cards issued within the European Economic Area, which covers 31 countries, including the UK. I wonder if that lasts for, okay. UK, Germany, France, and the Netherlands. The announcement also includes an update for MasterCard holders. Cool. Binance has been in the news. I think it was also in the last couple of videos that we had as well. For some reason, Binance is on a roll. I have a strange feeling, speculation. This is a speculative video. I have a strange feeling that Coinbase is probably gearing up for something. Whenever Coinbase does a lot, Binance is like, wait, we also have a lot. But the fact that Binance just added support for the Russian ruble, the Turkish lira, the Nigerian currency, Singaporean dollar, and I think like 8 other things. And they also just had a graph a couple of weeks ago that I think they're now like available, air quotes, and I think 31 different countries now, as opposed to, they don't have physical locations, but they have jurisdictional right to be able to open up their whatever in these countries. So Binance is expanding very rapidly. They're buying a whole bunch of derivatives platforms as well. And now the secondary step seems to be that they are now allowing the floodgates to be open for many different countries to be able to buy cryptocurrencies through their platform, through Visa, debit, credit, Master, whatever card you're holding. This is, once again, like I said before, it's going to make it very easy for a lot of people to be able to get into the market whenever they so choose, or should prices go completely insane. And also the other part, I wonder, the liquidity within the market is going to change very rapidly. The amount of people who will be able to cash out at the exact same time, not saying that people will panic sell, or but the entire fact that we are going to have a very different crypto economy during the next leg of any type of upward movement that we might have. It's getting hot very quick. We have a lot of corridors that we did not have before. Here's the actual blog post right here. It says Binance now supports purchasing crypto by binding Visa cards to your account. And then it says fellow Binanceans, which I hate that. I can't stand to see that. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, Bakkt is in the news once again. Former PayPal and Google veteran Mike Blandina has been appointed as the new CEO of major cryptocurrency trading platform Bakkt, following departure of founding CEO Kelly Loeffler, who was appointed to a U.S. Senate. My gosh, yeah, that's another story entirely. The last head of Bakkt, Kelly Loeffler, was just appointed as a U.S. Senate member in early December, and everyone was kind of like, what? Because it didn't really make a lot of sense. That's something for another story, if you kind of want to say that, because, yeah, the idea has been, and pay attention to this, this is not speculation. Remember I mentioned, for those of you who weren't here, here's the story. Years ago, when I first got into the cryptocurrency space, and it was mainly just Bitcoin, it was Bitcoin and Litecoin. And then other coins started popping up, and these coins became very popular. Money, all this stuff all over the place. people started figuring out that all these people making all these coins and all these projects and all these websites and all these cryptocurrency exchanges and all these initiatives all knew each other. They were all very rich. They all grew up relatively well off. They weren't poor. And they started kind of like the people who worked on Bitcoin ended up leaving and working on Ethereum. The people who worked on Ethereum ended up leaving, and I think they ended up making Cardano, and I think maybe some of the people also went to Tron. The people who left Cardano ended up making this. Some of the original people who worked on Bitcoin or were supporters of Bitcoin ended up leaving and started working at a company called Ripple. The people from Ripple ended up leaving and making Stellar. The people from Stellar ended up leaving and making another coin. So it's kind of this really weird loop, and the same exact thing seems to be happening as well within the like institutional crypto money space. All these really big players who, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Kelly Loeffler and her husband, I think this is what it is. I think they own part of the New York Stock Exchange, and they own part of ICE, which is the Intercontinental Exchange. And then Kelly Loeffler became the head of Bakkt, and then Kelly Loeffler became a U.S. senator. So a lot of speculation is abound, speculative, as far as if big money is already in crypto, and if big money is already in crypto, and these people are taking up Senate seats, is that a good thing for crypto? Will they then create laws or help to push things through that make not only their pockets fatter, if you will, but also push the cryptocurrency markets forward? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Blendina has now been promoted to the CEO position as he joined Bakkt as a chief product officer in April of 2019. Lucky for him. As announced by Bakkt's parent company, Intercontinental Exchange, on the 23rd of December. The appointment came into force on the 20th of December. Alongside the new CEO, Bakkt has appointed Adam White, a former executive at major U.S. crypto exchange Coinbase. Wow. Yeah, all these people know each other. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like so many times. Sorry. I had a lot of sugar. I just had these two. You ever had a lava cake? I just had 2 lava cakes full of sugar. The point being, all these people know each other. So there have been so many times when I've mentioned before, and a lot of these people also as well, and it's not even speculation. These people also know world government leaders. Remember all those times I said, isn't it kind of weird that the people from Binance are having meetings with the economic ministers of Ukraine and this country? Isn't it kind of weird that the people from Ripple are partnered with all the banks in India? All these people know each other in some sort of way. And this, if you really want it, if you really want my opinion, this is exactly why I remain a permanent bull on everything crypto, because all these people know each other, and all the ties that we see between all these rich people who know the other rich people who rule the world and who run this and who run the banking system and who run the so-and-so who make the economic policies. All of them know each other, and I think a lot of them are also into crypto. So if you connect the dots, they're right in front of your face. To me, it is clear in my eyes that crypto is probably going to fare relatively well. Where was I? White has been serving as Bakkt Chief Operating Officer since joining the company in November 2018. The executive is also known for starting his career testing experimental aircrafts as an officer in the U.S. Air Force, the announcement notes. Long story short, there's somebody else who was somewhere else who's now the head of Bakkt. Yeah, I assume we'll be hearing more about this person, or persons, both of them, as time ends up going on. All very fascinating. It's all a very interesting... It's interesting to watch it happen and unfold in front of our eyes, especially when you get news and indications from these people many times that they all keep saying, Bitcoin has a bright future. Crypto has a bright future. I believe that crypto has a so-and-so. And it's like, yeah, that's also made a lot more interesting because you also know world leaders. And you and the world leaders have been seen together. And you and the world leaders have been sitting in the same room together talking about cryptocurrency. So here's the actual article right here from the people from Bakkt. It says, Intercontinental Exchange appoints Mike Blandina as CEO of Bakkt and Adam White as president of Bakkt. Interesting indeed. Let's move on. Next up, Tencent, the operator of Chinese social media app WeChat, is planning to create a digital currency research group For the further advancement of blockchain technology research products, on the 23rd of December, Chinese media outlet iFeng reported that the Chinese internet giant released a statement to its employees saying that the company is currently on the lookout for a new head of its research group. The yet-to-be-established digital currency research group will reportedly focus on Tencent's further advancement in the digital payment industry by utilizing blockchain technology. Cointelegraph contacted Tencent regarding this latest development, but had yet to receive a response as of press time. The article will be updated if they get more information. Just recently, Tencent announced a new partnership with the world's largest diamond mining firm, Russia's Alrosa, a blockchain platform, Everledger, to develop a new diamond-focused retail mini program aimed at WeChat's 1 billion active users. The collaboration between the three companies aims to improve transparency and customer trust around the diamond supply chain, enabling social media users to purchase enabling social media users to purchase diamonds with full knowledge of their origin, characteristics, and ownership history. Sure. Tencent and Alibaba have been in the news a lot as of late. Not a lot, about 7 times this year, which is more than we all had in 2017 and 2018. As far as what their purpose is or space will be within the cryptocurrency space, the news that we had before was that if or should, apparently it's going to happen, China release their own central bank digital currency. The news that we had is that Alibaba and WeChat would be some of the first recipients of said coin and would allow their clients to be able to buy in these central bank digital currency coins. We're also getting a lot of news. There was something else that I saw before, but I didn't include it in the video because it really wasn't that spectacular, but I guess it seems a bit more relevant right now. It was that there were like job postings that a lot of people have been seeing on Chinese websites that pertain to either blockchain or in some sort of way mention the word cryptocurrency, and it causes a lot of speculation to be like, oh my gosh, are they really working on it? No one knows. I guess kind of we know. I mean, in some sort of way, it's very clear, especially if you've been paying attention to the other videos that we had before, that China likes blockchain. They may not be too keen on cryptocurrencies, but there's still some type of work happening behind the scenes with all of this happening. Anyway, we keep getting reports about these major places who are dealing with, it's called the digital currency research. What do you think they're doing? I still think 2020 is going to be a very interesting, fascinating year because everything seems to be leading up to this moment. At least for me. Maybe I'm reading things ridiculously, but yeah. Here's the actual article right here. For those of you wondering. For those of you who wanted to... Is that a potato? I have no idea what that is. Why is it floating? I'm okay, whatever. Anyway, here's the article. And without further ado, let's move on. So hyper speculation time. This is, like I said, a speculative video for whatever purpose. It's all the news that kind of has been flowing. A profile on LinkedIn is going viral in the Ripple and XRP community. IBM Solutions architect Viral Shah, someone who is based in Mumbai, appears to be working on a proof of concept that utilizes RippleNet. According to his profile, it says, performing POC on RippleNet blockchain implementation for bank, interacting with various teams and clients to gather information and drive various solutions. However, IBM has an active partnership with a different blockchain platform, Stellar. The pair are developing a payment system called WorldWire. We haven't heard a lot about WorldWire this year. And usually when companies are their most quiet, hopefully it is usually when they've been working a lot on it. We have not, WorldWire was definitely a major theme in 2018. We haven't heard a lot about WorldWire this year, which uses the Stellar protocol to power cross-border remittances. IBM has not confirmed whether it is working directly with Ripple, which has also developed a suite of tools to power cross-border transactions. Back in February, IBM's former head of blockchain, Jesse Lund, said the company's Stellar-based payments initiative could potentially team up with Ripple and settle transactions in XRP. He said, and I do quote, participants on the network should be able to choose and negotiate their choices in real time, and the pricing might be different depending on the settlement instrument you use. So I think with Ripple, they're looking at XRP as their primary digital asset for settlements. For us, it could be Lumens, it could be Ripple, it could be XRP even, it could be Bitcoin. That'd be kind of cool, but it would also possibly be slow, but it would probably also include other instruments like stablecoins and eventually, soon hopefully, central bank digital currencies. First of all, the people from IBM, we may not get along all the time, but that's incredibly intelligent to, you imagine, you know what's really funny? You know, it's when people talk about, for those of you who don't know, in the early days of the internet, I think you could get like internet domain names for, I think a lot of them were free, and eventually they cost almost nothing. The people who ended up picking up like the name like pets.com, dogs.com, cats.com, all these websites, they made a lot of money selling off these websites. So imagine being the first company people to make something called WorldWire that allows for all cryptocurrencies, especially central bank digital currencies, to flow through them. They're going to make a lot of money. Anyway, the speculation part is that apparently, speculatively, as they saw an IBM architect talking about this, that apparently Ripple could be working with IBM. I say, why not? I don't think people once again understand that this doesn't simply have to just do with one cryptocurrency or two or three. It's probably multiple of them. I myself, and I focused on a narrow amount of cryptocurrencies simply because this is how I feel comfortable investing. This is what I feel has the greatest chances. However, in a real world scenario, companies don't really care what cryptocurrency they're using as long as they're making money. They don't care if they're using lumens. They don't care if they're using XRP. They don't care if they're using Bitcoin or Litecoin or anything else. As long as they can bet on it, they can make money, and they make money from the money and remittances passing through it. It's probably going to happen. So I think people would lose their minds if we had any type of confirmation that at some point IBM was working with Ripple, or that through WorldWire XRP will be able to flow. I think that'll cause a huge amount of excitement within the community. However, as of now, it is speculation, but I mean, the writing is right there. Yeah. And to kind of finish things off, this is, and I don't think we'll have that long. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says, will Bitcoin enter 2020 on a bullish note? I don't think we will have that long to wait. I think this will happen within the first couple of months. I think it'll be a very big indication as to exactly if Bitcoin is going to perform very well over the course of 2020, especially as we get closer to that price reward getting cut in half. There are a lot of people who think that Bitcoin is going to perform bearishly, negatively, as the year moves on. A lot of people think that we may not see a rally until 2021 and or 2022. I think that that was the farthest I've seen is the end of 2022. A lot of people, however, do believe that, especially, I mean, I was going to say over the last couple of days, but our days are a bit separated because of the whole not being able to post thing, but Bitcoin has been doing relatively well. I think is doing very well right now at the moment, even at the time of me making this video. A lot of people are saying as long as we continue on a slight trajectory, this is where you start getting those really weird Bitcoin price predictions sometime next year. The craziest we've seen is Bitcoin at 2 million with John McAfee. That's the craziest one. The lowest ones I think I've seen is somewhere around, sitting around 7,000 for the entire year. That seems a bit off. I think Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin floating around 7,000 the entire year is definitely not going to happen. I can see us dropping again if enough negative news is pushed out there. A lot of people are agreeing that we will go over 14,000, but that we may not necessarily hit 20,000. And that also, depending on how you want to look at the halving, people are saying that the halving event will either, that the halving is already priced in or has not been priced in at all. For people who say that the halving has already been priced in, we get a Bitcoin price of anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000, what have you. For those who say it has not been priced in, which are a lot of people, we're getting Bitcoin estimations is the word, from around $20,000 to around $50,000 by the end of next year. We are not very far. We are a couple of days, a day, some hours away, depending on when you're looking at this, from 2020. What will happen? I know, if nothing else, it's going to be one of the craziest periods of our entire lives. there's been a lot of, I dare not use the H word, hype around all of this for a very long time. Anyway, we're very close, and this is game time. We'll see exactly what ends up happening. Yeah, these are the current prices right now. I'm sure these prices have changed by the time you are watching this, but the market's going through a very good time at the moment. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Mr. Pickles, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Barebones Mining, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohair Maroney, Master Ventures in Thailand, Brady Niels, Woody and Daisy, Triple M and J, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Adobo, Mill Wheezy, Mechanic, Strange Radio Central, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Cryptopolis, Nicholas Renault, One Piece, One Love, Damien Setsuna, Nick Kanai, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Crypto Beer Shipmate, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, yes, 2 Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Semi Boucha, Ting Tang, Walla Walla Bing Bang, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, and Shoop Diddy Wop, Hummer Wang Dang. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Hope you all had a good holiday. Hope you all enjoyed yourself in some sort of way. I am trying, and it's very difficult to keep a leveled head as we move into 2020. This has been something I've waited for this year for a very long time. A very, very long time. The idea in 2012 about Bitcoin's reward getting cut in half around this time was very big news. There's been a lot of smoke in the air, a lot of hype around this moment, and we are very, very close. I'm expecting a lot of big announcements. I'm expecting a lot of big updates. I'm expecting a lot of big upgrades and this and that and new network features and staking to completely lose its mind. The amount of stuff that we saw about staking this year drove me insane, and especially if the major cryptocurrency projects out there are supposed to be getting the full scope of their staking features. Either way, it's going to be very fascinating. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for the new people on the channel, the new people who've been following, the new people who have been giving all the crypto YouTubers your support. I really do thank you. You don't understand what it means to feel locked out and still have people support you. It's very, very nice. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.